Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back from our little break last week when everybody was on the holiday break and everything. Hope everybody got some time to enjoy with family or whatever you decide to do on that holiday break. I'm Dustin Owens, one of your co hosts and co coordinators for the K12 Esports League, along with Robbie Menegdeg, the program manager. And we are in the week one of playoffs, which is crazy. Is This season has gone by so fast, Robbie.
Oh, it absolutely is super crazy. Insane. We are already at playoffs. Playoffs week number one. We're ready to go, ready to crown a champion at the end of the next 3 weeks for all of our titles. Today, Monday, we are looking at, obviously on our YouTube live right now, Smash Bros. Playoffs, week number one for the K12 Esports League Fall 2025 season. On our Twitch channel, we do have Valorant going at the moment as well. Just a quick peek into the rest of the week. Tomorrow on our Twitch channel will be Marvel Rivals. Wednesday on the Twitch channel will be Rocket League. Off stream will be chess. And then finally on Thursday, we'll be rocking with some Fortnite. Um, and like I said, playoffs, this is week one. We got 3 weeks of this. And at the end of it, we will be crowning a K12 Esports League champion. Tonight, very though, specifically for Smash Bros, I think we're almost ready here. We do have the Vava Bees Secretaries going up against the MGLBA Surge for this Smash Bros match. It's going to be hype. It's going to be a good one. I cannot wait to get into the gameplay.
For sure. We definitely had, and yeah, I'm going to apologize in advance if my voice sounds a little funny. I feel fine, but, a little bit of cold here and there. Unfortunately, has my throat feeling a little bit hoarse. So I'm hoping everybody is going to be able to understand me with no issues. But with that being said, we had 8 teams that qualified for Smash into this playoff bracket. I believe these are seats 4 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely looking forward to a really close matchup. Still doing the best of three, still doing the same stages with Small Battlefield, Final Destination, and Battlefield. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what all kind of stops they pull out, if they were able to do any kind of scouting or review of some of their gameplay and stuff like that beforehand to see and see how we have like any counter picks or anything to this matchup today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We are a high school esports league, and so we're slowly getting to that point where everybody is a lot more well versed in this esports world. But with our players being a lot younger, and just competing with us here at the K12 Esports League, I don't imagine they did too much scouting or are ready for counter picks. Um, I imagine and actually would prefer to see them play on their most comfortable characters. I want to see them do what they do and know what they know how to do um, in this matchup.
For sure.
It'll make it the closest possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd say most likely that'll probably be the case. I feel like everybody kind of just
Hmm.
has that go-to character. But I'm curious to see if they have like we always see them kind of pull out a second, maybe sometimes with like a third steam character that could
Yeah.
change the tide. It definitely depends on the scenario and everything in the situation. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be really competitive and. Going into playoffs with all of these matches, we have, as Robbie mentioned, Valorant on the Twitch stream and everything too. So it's going to be a crazy few weeks as we wrap up going into
Hmm.
championships.
And we cannot wait. We're here for it. We are here for it. We almost actually got the gameplay started, but I believe it'll just be another moment here. And as soon as it does, we'll get over there. Again, this is the MGLVA Surge going up against the Vava Bees Secretaries team.
Yeah, we know, like I said, both these teams being a 4 and 5, we know that overall they have um, pretty good standings in terms of like what their win to loss ratio and everything was like that for the season. Definitely starting out a little bit slower. Only 7% taken on super so far. Kind of slowly starting to get there. Everybody's kind of doing that fill out first stage to see like where we're at.
Yeah, and Super coming up first for Vava here today, and Geo coming up first for the MGLVA Surge. Super on this nest, we're very well versed with Super on the nest, but unless this is a name change, I'm actually not very familiar with Geo. Playing on the Mithra Pyra, we do see this character a little bit in the K12 Esports League, and like you mentioned, starting really slow here to start this one off. Each player feeling out the other player.
I have been notified by MGLVA that it looks like they're actually only going to be playing with 2 players tonight. So they're actually going to be at a disadvantage starting out with only 6 stocks. So it is going to be Geo, and then I didn't quite catch. I was going to look. Um, it was Newt, I believe. So they're missing Wassity and Roberto, which we're very familiar with Wassity. And then Roberto actually played Bowser. I was looking at one of the streams earlier when we were kind of prepping for this. He played Bowser in one of the previous matchups and everything.
The good info for us to know. So MGLVA today definitely at a big disadvantage. It's not impossible, but we'll have to see how this does actually play out. And for this game, we're almost 2 minutes in. Super has taken 1 stock off of Geo. Geo has Super up to 70% right now on that nest, make that 85%.
You could definitely tell Super's taking his time. Pyramithra is actually, his like second. I don't know if I would consider it his best, but like he definitely, I've seen him pick them as a alternate in multiple matchups, and we've seen it even on stream this season. So they're very well versed with the Pyramithra abilities and everything. To Obviously with that longer reach and everything with the sword makes it a huge difference against this next character. So I think it's why he's taking it a little bit slower, trying to make sure he doesn't get hit too much to try to see if he can keep all of his stocks.
Yeah, for sure. We'll take that right to the face, though. At 154% is Super. Geo looking for one more good hit to take off this first stock from them. But Geo, unfortunately, on their second stock again already, and at 96% as well.
Yeah, and I was honestly like this 162, and of
Nice.
course, Streamer Curse, as we mentioned in previous works, starting to talk about it a little bit, and he gets that stock taken. Uh, Super looking to see if he can come back with that 118% already on Pyramithra, to see if they can get that second stock taken away.
Yeah, and the first thing I notice here is Super does drop in with a fresh stock, playing much, much faster. And we'll get that stock taken on Geo pretty quickly there.
Yeah, the confidence with the aggressive gameplay, knowing that you're definitely a lot less in terms of the damage percentage, and your opponent being way up there to where you could get a really easy stock take based on that. Yeah, I definitely think it's a smart move coming right out the gate. Geo taking some damage to Super, and then Super coming back, getting able to get that grab on there. Kind of has slowed back down just a little bit. Each player kind of doing a little bit of damage here and there. Good hit by Super there. Not quite enough to be able to get that third stock. Trying to go up with one of his PK abilities. 120%.
Geo's sitting at 120 right now. Unfortunately, looking like a mountain to climb. But if they can take just one more stock from Super, it'd be great. And the caster curse comes in. Super will take that third stock off of Geo, still keeping their 2 stocks as well. So with MGLVA Surge being down a player today, that makes Vava's stock lead in this first set of our best of 3 a 8-3 at the moment. Did I do my math right?
That is
I
correct.
believe
Yep.
so.
Yeah, and I do hate that for MGLVA, because we've seen them in playoffs time and time again, especially in Smash. And it's such a versatile team. It's just unfortunate that they're only down to 2 this evening. But with that being said, we know Newt is a good player. We've seen them come in and play in multiple matchups and everything throughout this season. So very curious to see how far they'll be able to take it, at least within this first round, and then see if they can reassess or do what they need to do coming into the second round to see if they can get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see. We know that Newt is a very good Smash Bros. Player. Can they carry their team to an insane victory tonight? It would be absolutely wild to watch. It's not impossible, especially knowing the caliber of player Newt is. Unfortunately, we are also looking at a very strong Vava Secretaries team.
And I believe, yeah, yeah, this that was a
Yeah, we're
little bit
gonna
of a
have to
mix
have a
up.
reset
I
here.
think
Yep.
Super forgot that he only had one stock taken away. So we're just gonna get that
hmm
reset really quick. But yeah, kind of going back to MGLVA, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was last season. Now, granted, a couple of their, like most schools, they're going to have veteran players and everything like that that have graduated, and moved on and everything like that too. So not a part of the league this year. But I want to say it was, I think it was their team. It was one of the Michigan
Yeah.
teams that we have that basically took their team to playoffs last year with only two, and did really, really well, even just off the two, which I thought was crazy.
You are correct in that exactly. It was one of the MGLVA Surge teams. Uh, two of their seniors last year in Demon Bane and G7X3
Mm.
carried their team to, I believe, the championship week as just a solo too. So, as I said, it's not impossible. However, those were two of MGLVA's absolute strongest players, and of course, as we mentioned, they have graduated. Um, so Newt and Geo looking to pull off the exact same thing this year. We'll just have to see how it does play out here tonight. And we are back into the gameplay. Newt on this hero, of course, Super having to stay on the nest into this one, starting much faster than they did last game.
For sure. I think they're coming right out the gate again, feeling that confidence, even with just the two stocks and everything. Trying to see if they can wrap up this first round, and not even going into probably the next player. But, oh, and that's a crazy,
Oh,
crazy
oh.
hit there by Super on a Newt. Yeah, that you don't you don't see that too often unless you're a very skilled
No,
Nest player. And even still, that's a little unbelievable in some ways, just with the damage percentage that was on that. Just happened to be a really solid hit from Super.
the timing was perfect. Newt unfortunately did get caught out there, but I'm a little speechless at that play happening the way that it did.
Yeah,
Super playing incredible here today.
Newt already up to 100 125% and counting. Um, gonna have to come back, and it's gonna have to watch out for some of what Ness has to offer. And with that being said, is gonna get that second stock taken off.
What an amazing grab there by Super to take that second stock off of Newt here. And what I think we're seeing right now is a Super Nest masterclass. A lot less of Newt not playing great. Newt's playing really good. Super is just playing on a different level right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like, especially once these players get into an element, it's really hard to kind of come back and stop them from that. I do think yeah, maybe it's a little bit of a warm up if you want to call it that at the beginning. I think a lot of it has to do with the excitement of being playoffs, knowing that there's
Hmm.
a possibility of getting all the way to the championship round and stuff like that. Um, Definitely a lot of different adrenaline pieces and motivation to be able to really come into this and kind of just go all out. Newt with a good throw and grab and throw, not the reverse way. Doesn't work like that.
But man, we will see another grab to S stock take by Super. Super able to keep both stocks in that game as well. Did get up to 125% at the end of it, but Newt unable to convert on anything there on that one. Um, as I mentioned previously, I think that we just saw a Super Nest masterclass. Super is definitely in a flow state right now. Very excited for playoffs week number one. Just played out of their mind right there. That is for sure.
Yeah, and obviously with Final Destination coming in as um, the second stage, it'll obviously be a little different in terms of some of the gameplay.
Absolutely. And as always, in between sets of crew battles, you can change the character that you're on. We also change the stage, right? We'll go from small battlefield to final destination. There's a little bit of a different, feel to the game there for sure. You can also change the player order, right? So we may see super not be the first ringer for Vava, and maybe see Lightning or Lorksu or Croc come in first for Vava, and then for MGLVA we could see a different player than Geo starting us out as well.
Yeah, and actually, as we were kind of, just kind of talking through that and everything going into the second round, things could change for MGLVA depending on a lot of circumstances. Obviously, depending on who they go up against the Vava squad here. But we actually have found out that MGLVA does have a third player that is able to join coming into the second round. So I'm curious to see how those extra three stocks could make an impact in terms of the outcome of this game.
It will definitely make a huge impact for sure. But here we go. Starting set number 2, final destination. We do have Geo starting us off again for MGLVA and Lorksu coming in for Vava.
Yeah, Lorzu on the Greninja. Definitely used to this character from Lorzu. A little bit faster pace, obviously. And you gotta watch out for some of those sneak attacks type things. Geo starting back out in this Pyramithra though, I think is a good overall solid pick for the Greninja. They just have to watch the speed and the differences in terms of the Greninja abilities.
Absolutely. Greninja, such a fast character. I mean, one of the fastest in the game. Can be a little bit hard to control as well,
Hmm.
if you have picked them and you're playing them. But it looks like Lorsu got it down for the most part. Very even matchup here as we start this set number 2. Both players sitting at about 100, either a little bit over, a little bit under. Um, both with three stocks remaining as well.
Lorzu,
Of
they went
course,
for an
as I
edge
say
guard,
that.
and then yeah, they
Mhm.
come back, and of course that happens. It's crazy. Nice stock take there, about from Geo.
Yeah, absolutely. Geo sitting at 130 though. Lorsu gonna want to take that stock as soon as possible, not get a lot of damage onto them, keep this game as even as possible. But Geo at the moment playing really good on this Mithra actually
Yes,
using both characters very
sit,
well.
sitting at that 170, and then is going to get knocked
Mm,
off. Which I'm kudos to them for getting up to 170 before getting knocked off, because that's a feat in and of itself. I feel like Lorzu sitting at 72%. Uh, Geo looking to try to get a little bit more damage in, is able to find some of that, and
oh,
hopefully they could get set up for a good stock take.
I thought Lorsu was done there, but had a good recovery there, back onto the stage. Currently at 122% though. Geo's playing that kind of zoning game at the moment, using that long range sword, but Lorsu will finally find their way in and bring Geo up to 76% and actually get a stock take as well as Geo on the Mithra, I believe, unable to get back to stage. But equalized immediately. One stock apiece now in this game 1 of set number 2. Who
Definitely a
will take it?
difference. Definitely a difference between the first round going into this round, having a little bit more of an even matchup in a playing field for Geo, I believe.
Absolutely.
Geo at 76% and is not going to be able to get back to the stage, unfortunately. But for Lorzu and Vava, that's good news. They're going to be able to keep 7 stocks against MGLVA's 6 remaining.
Yeah, and I wonder who the straggler for MGLVA is here today. Is it Wasity? Is it Roberto? Um,
It actually is
both.
Wasity. And I believe we're gonna see Newt next before we see Wasity.
Okay, gotcha. Um, Wasity, I'm trying to remember. I feel like they're a
Is this
Kirby player.
Sonic? Or maybe it's Kirby. I can't.
Sonic. Might be Sonic. Can't remember right off the top of my head. That's okay. We will see Newt coming in next for MGLVA. Again, the stock count right now is 7 for Vava. MGLVA has 6. So a 1 stock lead for Lorsu and Vava going into this game number 2 of set number 2. As a reminder, everyone, we are in playoffs week number 1 for the K12 Esports League Fall 2025 season. This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Crew Battles style. We do play a best of 3. Vava Secretaries were able to take the first set. If they do take this set, they will be our winners in a 2-0 fashion. MGLVA, of course, wants to make sure that does not happen. They want to win this set and send us to a set number 3. And selfishly, I'd love to see nothing else but that.
And shout out to Jennifer in the chat, Wasity being on Sonic, confirming that for us. So definitely much appreciated on that front. Whoever wins this matchup, we have on the other side of the bracket the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves and the Lavka Game and Cook teams competing at the moment. Whoever is the winner of that matchup will actually meet the winner of this matchup in semifinals next week.
Yes, that is a great call out, actually. And with that matchup very specifically, I may be incorrect here. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of games that we take care of, that we run and we score. But I believe that the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves did have a flawless Smash Bros. Ultimate season. And Lavka Game and Cook played really well, but we're not flawless. So Lavka definitely have a tough matchup ahead of them tonight. I'm excited to see who wins that one, and who wins every single matchup, honestly. There's 3 other games or matches going on right now for Smash Bros. There's 4 total for Valorant. I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, for sure. I know we have some really competitive teams. Like I said, in every game, you're going to see that in playoffs. But yeah, I am curious to see how this boils down with each of these games tonight, going into next week. We are going to see Lorzu take 2 of those stocks off based on the previous matchup. Newt coming in with that fresh set of 3 stocks, hoping to keep those to go to the next Avava player.
Yeah, but Lorsu will start us off quick here. Already have Newt at 53%. Newt only needing to take 1 stock off of Lorsu to continue through this crew battle set. Lorsu looking to stay in though as long as possible. Take as many stocks from Newt as they can. It started off really hot, like I said, but it has equalized here. Both players kind of just feeling each other out at the moment.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's just like a burst to get as much damage in as possible, and then that's when your opponent starts to figure out, hey, okay, they're just going to spam this for a minute, so I'm gonna take a minute, step back, and see what I can do to reassess. And so does so does the person doing the damage. But Newt at 100%. Lorzu currently at 54. Lorzu looking to get a hit there. Not gonna find a stock take just yet, but is slowly working their way up to that.
Yeah, shout out Newt. Really good patience there on the recovery. Waited to jump and then use their up B until Lorsu did throughout the water shuriken. So just really good patience there for Newt on the recovery to stage. There's also a moment before that where Greninja threw out the shadow and Lorsu just waited and made a really good play out of it. But we will see, as I'm yapping here, Lorsu take the first stock off of Newt. Sitting at 77%, make that 92% themselves. So Newt trying to keep at least 2 stocks going into this next one and take this last final stock off of Lorsu. Lorsu playing pretty well. We'll get caught by the ice. very weak and will get thrown off the side of the stage. That'll be Newt Newt taking game number 2 here in our set number 2 with 2 stocks still remaining.
I was thinking it was gonna happen there after the, ice came apart. I was
Mm,
waiting for it, and it did come. It didn't come right then and there. So
yeah,
so yeah, Newt on hero, going in with 2 stocks against this Vava team. So 5 stocks still remaining for MGLVA going up against 6 stocks. Still a very winnable matchup for sure.
absolutely. Very, very winnable here. And I
And
wonder who we see next for Baba. Are we going to see Croc, Lightning, or Super? As they do have a substitute here today as well. Um, I imagine Super was probably going to be their ringer, their ending player. As we do see Lightning come in on this Kirby. Kirby for me here, Dustin, in the K12 Esports League is a very controversial character. Very popular among our players. Have not seen too much great conversions with the Kirby's quite yet. There's a few actually like really solid players, but have not seen anything that has blown my mind from our Kirby players thus yet. Lightning, let's see what you got.
for sure. No, I totally understand that. And as somebody who, like I said, used to play Kirby quite a bit on the N64 version of Smash, um, definitely obviously differences between then and now, but also some similarities and everything. Lovable character, not always uh, the most heavy hitting of the bunch and everything. One of
Mm-hmm.
those we mentioned it on other streams with Kirby's a little bit more squishy, but in the right hands, anything or anyone is usable. Um, and we're seeing
Absolutely.
that right now with Newton being 129%, getting really close to a stock take. Gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, of course. I'm talking about what I was talking about, and Lightning coming out showing really good Kirby mechanics here. Able to get Newt up to 171% now, only sitting at 49% themselves. Playing amazing right now is Lightning on this Kirby. Oh,
That was a
but I'm not
huge
even sure
hit.
what we just saw from Hero and Newt, but they will get the first stock in this game number 2 here today.
I want to say that's one of Hero's abilities. Like I know he's got
Mm-hmm.
like some explosive type abilities and stuff like that that are just crazy. Lightning is going to be able to get that first stock off of Newt, leaving Newt with only one left, but uh, Newt probably feeling pretty good about that first stock take. Still relatively even at the moment, and is starting
Mm-hmm.
to work on that damage.
Yeah, Lightning, I'm sure not happy about getting hit by that Hero ability, but able to equalize right back, which is good to see from them. 84% here on Lightning. 2 stocks though. Newt sitting at 48 with their final stock at the moment here in this set 2. As a reminder, we do have Vaba up by a stock here total. Both these players are the second player for their team.
And with Lightning
So if
being,
Newt,
go ahead.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just going to comment on the damage.
Yeah, Lightning, I mean, he's up there. Almost converts is Newt with that ability, but will with the jumping. I believe that's his jumping smash there. Great hit. We are equalized here, Dustin, in game. 1 stock apiece. Newt. The only difference is Newt is at 105%, and Lightning is not letting them breathe at the moment.
Yeah, they're gonna try everything they can to get them off.
Oh,
They're gonna be a little aggressive, which isn't a bad play. Hero using this stone ability, but good
oh, good block.
good block there.
I think we're both holding our breath here
I know that's
as we see Newt now at 163%. And make that eliminated from this set number 2. That will be Lightning on the Kirby. Going into MGLVA's final player with 1 stock, we are looking at a stock count of 4 stocks total for the Vava Bees Secretaries team and 3 stocks for MGLVA Surge. Quick reminder, everyone, this is our set number 2 of a best of 3. Vava did win the first set, so if they win this set, they will be our winners for the night. MGLVA looking to win this set and equalize us at 1-1 and bring us the 3rd set.
And we're obviously going to see Lightning come back on that Kirby with the 2 stocks taken off Wassity. Most likely going to come in with that Sonic play. And again, I know we've seen them on stream before. Kudos to them. I think they participated in our collegiate combine as well. So very, very cool. But yeah, Vava has an opportunity. Curious to see if they'll secure it with just the 1 stock remaining, or if they'll have to go on to the 3rd matchup, or if Wassity can bring it back for MGLVA and like keep us excited about that round 3. Keep us guessing to see who's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I do have really high hopes for Wassity at the moment. Only concern, right, is they know that they're about to see Lightning right now. They do not know who they're going to see next, given that they do take this final stock from Lightning. We'll just have to see how it plays out. And unfortunately for Wassity on this Sonic, we are on Final Destination. Sonic does usually like to have those stages with the platforms.
For
And
sure.
yeah, I think we will be looking at a reset of this one, as Lightning does need to equalize back to 1 stock apiece.
Yeah, for sure. Just some excitement, I'm sure, to really get into
Oh man,
Rumble
we're
and
in
stuff. It's
playoffs.
easy to do.
I'm excited. You're excited. Everyone's excited.
I'm excited for my voice to come back so that way
Yeah.
playoffs could be a little bit more enjoyable. Nonetheless, I'm excited to see these guys.
You sound great, Dustin.
Hey, at least I'm not hacking into the mic.
Absolutely.
It
Yep.
could be way worse. So
It could be way worse. But here we go. Reset coming in. We will see Lightning drop down to 1 stock, as we mentioned earlier. Wassity on this Sonic. Can they keep all 3 stocks going to the final game of this set? Can Lightning pull something crazy and take these 3 stocks from Wassity? Let's find out.
currently starting out a little bit relatively even. Kind of getting some damage on each.
I'm actually really excited to see this matchup, even though it's not exactly even, with Lightning being down to 1 stock and Wassity having her full 3. But the control and mastery of the Sonic by Wassity and the Kirby by Lightning is a pleasure to see here today.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's that's the thing that keeps everything really exciting and competitive, when you see 2 players who have taken the time to really look at their character. And we're going to see Wassity come out the gate, be able to get that stock take on Lightning. Is going to take this to the 3rd matchup, coming down to the final 3 stocks for each team in round 2.
And props to Wassity, because the biggest thing there, in my opinion, was to try and keep all 3 of your stocks to have it be a final even match to finish this set number 2, and they were able to do that. Actually did it really quickly as well. I don't feel like we got to see a whole lot of that matchup. So shout out Wassity on that one. It is a full 3v3, and it looks like we're going to have Super coming in on this one to close out this set. And again, this is a best of 3 series. If Super can win this match, I'm sorry, this game, that will be match set, and Vava wins. If Wassity can pull this one out, we will be going to a brand new set number 3. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I am curious to see how aggressive these two players come out against each other, or if they're going to kind of play more of the safe game to see if they can keep their their stocks and everything too.
Really good conversion there by Wasity, out the gate, but Super on the nest will answer right back. Pretty even thus far, as we
Mm.
will see Super warm up on this nest very quickly, hit Wasity with that PK fire right into the bat as well.
Again, just talking about knowing the character abilities, knowing when to fire what, it is insane to me. I mean, honestly, it's kind of one of those things. A fighting game, at least when I was a kid, it was more like spam moves. But like nowadays, everything is calculated, and you see that amongst these
Hmm.
players, and it's very impressive to me. Really appreciate their compassion and their passion for these characters and the game itself.
Oh, absolutely. We have the best players ever in the K12 Esports League, and we're seeing a few of them right now here. Super only sitting at 85% thus far, still has all three of their stocks. Wasity unfortunately does get grabbed. That'll be a lot of damage here at 65% now on their second stock. If Wasity can get one more good combo, they will equalize at least in stock count. However, if if Super can convert a good combo themselves, we will see Wasity down to their final stock for the game.
Yeah, any of those internal type hits from Ness is very lethal in this situation, and we're gonna see him be able to come up and get that other stock take. Currently sitting at 101% super, 120.
Oh, I thought that was
Oh,
gonna do it there.
oh, that was close. I was glad Wasti was able to get back up to the stage. I was a little concerned there for a second that it may have been too far down.
As is, I was as well.
We've seen that edge
Playing a
guard.
little, just extra aggressive to try and make it happen. Sometimes you have to do that to get those stocks and make a comeback into a game like this.
No, I totally understand
Oh
that.
my
Oh, Ness is
goodness.
actually going to use the ability and not be able to get back on stage.
Yeah, Wasity kind of ate that. I'm not sure if Super was
Hmm.
trying to get themselves or to get Wasity, but we will see Super again convert on a PK fire combo and take Wasity's final stock here today. That will make it a W here today for the Vava Bees Secretaries Smash Bros team, taking down the MGLVA Surge here in playoffs week number 1 of the K12 Esports League Fall Season 2025. Shout out to both of these teams for sure. Number one for just making it to playoffs, but then for having a great matchup on stream for me and you to watch here, Destin.
For sure. No, I think a super cool matchup. Yeah, it's unfortunate for MGLVA not to have the third player. Could have made a difference for sure within that first round, but we at least did get to see what could have been kind of like that very close matchup and everything kind of down to the very end. So kudos to these teams, and definitely want to wish all the teams that advance into the semifinals next week. Best of luck. We'll obviously be back here on YouTube live next week for Smash. Right now, the Twitch stream is going with two of our Valorant teams. Very close matchup. I can see California currently at 6, K12 PEA at 8. So we have a feeling it is a best of 3 in a Valorant situation. We've been doing best of 2 throughout the season, so it could go a little longer tonight. We're kind of used to that in playoffs, especially when it gets very competitive. So I'm super excited to be able to continue watching that as well. But we appreciate you all. We appreciate the learning coaches, the players for being a part of the season. Can't wait to come back in the winter season too for any of these teams that don't advance or that didn't make it to playoffs today.
Absolutely. And I just want to call out real quick, if you are a fan of the K12 Esports League at all, just a few moments ago, I was looking at that Valorant stream, and I saw California at a 5-1 lead over K12 PEA, and so now for it to be 8-7 is wild. That is going to be a crazy matchup. But I want to bring us back here and echo what Dustin said. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight. Thank you to all of our players, our coaches, learning coaches, parents, guardians, you name it. You guys allow us to do this and run this K12 Esports League. So thank you all. Congrats again to all of our teams that made playoffs. I'm excited to see how everything does boil down. Shout out to Vava B's secretaries for winning today. MGLVA Surge, we will see y'all in the winter season. I'm sure that you're going to come back with the fire. Cannot wait to see it. But I think that'll do it for me, Dustin. Check us out on Twitch stream for Valorant. We got a whole lot more playoff action for the rest of the week and for the next 3 weeks. Cannot wait to crown some champions.
For sure. And if you didn't catch any of the action from the previous season and everything, on the YouTube page, there's playlists of multiple seasons and everything that we have. Everything has been uploaded to this point, including once these matchups and streams are done for the night, they'll also be going on there. So feel free to check it out.
Absolutely. We will talk to y'all very soon. Thank you.